Semaru Shoka Jigoku no Gundan Warada Nera Kuro Ikage Seikai no Heiwa wo Mamoru Tame. By the way, in case if anyone's wondering, the audio footage of our intro, we've been using it since 2018, but apparently some random dude in South Asia flagged it because their music video for some reason uses the same 9 seconds of stock audio footage.
Shenanigans, I say.
It's like Family Guy all over again. When they ripped off that one basketball footage for the NES.
Nope.
Shenanigans.
I call shenanigans.
Shenanigans of the highest order.
Oh, man. So.
But speaking of stealing things, we're here to discuss the very first Kamen Rider movie that uses original footage.
Kamen Rider.
Tai Shoka! Which actually came out in 1972.
So what the hell has he been doing since?
That's a good question.
Who names these movies? I'm like, so what has he been doing since? Just, I don't know, like Scooby doing it, like not really, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that meddling rider. So what has he been doing this whole time? What do you guys think he's been doing this whole time?
Yeah, wait till you get to the title of the next movie.
Well, there's two official from 74, right?
72, yes.
Yeah. So there was the one that we said we weren't going to do because it's literally a recap of the original Hayato saga. Which
No. It's a recap of episode 13.
Oh, okay. Because I'm going to tell you right now, dumbass me, I'm not home right now. I am actually out and about in Las Vegas right now. And dumbass me, for those who
been following your IG stories.
Yeah, I was been following my IG stories. I was not getting good reception at the convention I was at. I was at Level Up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And
hope it was fun, by the way.
I did meet some of you. I was actually surprised that walking around or whatever, I had people coming up to me and sharing. Some of you, I kind of assumed that's what you guys would do. Like, one kid told me that when he's like studying or reading or whatever, or doing chores, he puts on our videos.
Hey!
The Kamen Rider or anything, the Ultras, any Toko, he kind of puts it as background music because it's like hearing like old friends talk about something. And I was like, that's exactly what I thought, and I love to hear that. I really do. I love to hear it. I'm horrible with names. I said I was going to give him a shout out, but I'm horrible with names. You know who you are, Green Shirt. Who you are. Green Shirt.
Wait, is he wearing braces by any chance?
No, he was not wearing braces.
Okay, because like I know one kid in particular who's a fan of ours, and I definitely made sure to give him a shout out after Morphicon. And I'll do it again. Shout outs to your boy Cameron. Whoever this kid is, shout outs to you. We're sorry that we don't know your name.
Well, it was so loud because we were right by, one of my friends has a booth, and we were right by the lounge area. Mm-hmm. So if you know, you know. But
yeah.
He was a sweet kid. His girlfriend too. Apparently his girlfriend, he's like, and I was like, a girl watches Kamen Rider. I gave her this. I was like, honey, you okay? You got a fever? You all right? She was just like, no, girls watch it. I'm like, Are you talking about where we're at, or are you talking about with all the cute boys later on?
Mhm.
Don't think I don't know you girls. Don't think I don't know what you all are watching.
Mhm.
But yes, yeah, there was a Fies. There was a couple of X-Aid people.
Yo.
Uh, yeah, no, it was just like, some people were like, "When are you gonna get to X-Aid? When are you gonna I would love for you to talk about X-Aid," and I'm like, I think I'm gonna need more.
Wheel of Destiny.
We're gonna get there. I promise you, we're gonna get there. But I think I'm gonna need more tea. And
Sometime within the next 6 years.
I love how some people, especially these people here, that have said to me, they were like, when you started, you were kind of like chill. Now you're like more relaxed, and you're kind of, when we talk about shows, you always have like that whole like, and well, as I told them, I said, no show, no series is without its flaws.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no. There's so look, man. I would be one of the biggest glazers of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but like, even I would say that there are certain scenes, or look. Better yet, Power Rangers. Look, man, I would glaze the heck out of Power Rangers, but there's no ignoring that one scene from Ninja Storm where Tori looks up at the chicken costume and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. My friends are trapped in the popcorn. I have to save them."
It's also one thing that they also mentioned, but they're like, you know what? One thing though, what we like about you, Steve, is that you tell it how it is.
Yeah.
You with your review of Gaim, you touched it, but then you ragged on it. But it's like, and I'm like, no, well, that's a thing that I believe in. If you're a fan, then if you're
what's
a fan,
podcasting without being at least 95% honest?
Here's the thing: when you watch any show, it could be anything, anime, American animation, online animation, any type of show, doesn't matter. You will have your critiques, as you rightfully so, because you're a fan, and you rightfully, how many people will watch Kamen Rider and say that Ichigo is too long and boring, but some will be like, no, well, you have to, because that's where it started. I'm like, I get it.
Oh yeah, no, like honestly, like when it comes to like JoJo, like going back to JoJo, it's like I hate when people say, "Oh, like skip straight to part 3 because that's where the good stuff happens." But the thing is, it's like,
how could you say?
But the thing is, one, you can't really appreciate part 3 without first watching part 1 to understand why Dio is such a problem, and watching part 2 to understand why Joseph is such an important character.
How could you say that? I say to this person because it's like Naruto, Dragon Ball, JoJo, well, any show. You're telling me not to start at the beginning. You're telling me to start in the middle.
Oh, imagine telling a person who just will start watching One Piece, yeah, just skip straight to Eni's lobby.
Get straight to Eni's lobby, get straight to Marineford. No, you don't know what's going on. You have no idea what's going on.
You don't understand why it's going on.
Yeah, a bunch of fights. That's what you guys are. And yeah, cool. But my personal opinion, if all you talk about is the fights on a show, like just the battle, you don't know how it started, where the confrontation happened, what's the backstory on this fight, then it's like, okay, then it's like no disrespect, it's like watching MMA or boxing.
Yeah.
It's just a fight. It's just a regulated fight for our entertainment, but there's just got to be a winner. And that's not what anime, video games, whatever it may be is. There's a story being told here, and we must respect.
Oh yeah. Like it's funny because this is something I actually said online recently. I can't remember like what was like the original post, but I had to reply to someone saying, I think someone was like glazing like the giant robot fights in Power Rangers, But like me, I'm like, honestly, when I was watching Power Rangers, I was more interested in the ground fights than the giant fights. So naturally, I gravitate towards Kamen Rider more than Ultraman. Mind you, I'm watching Ultraman now. Like I'm now watching Ultraman. And I'm now watching the original Ultraman, where we got like 11 episodes left to complete the season. Um, but with that in mind, like with the whole preferring the ground fights more than the giant fights, you have Dawn Brothers as the outlier, where you just like the civilian story more than the ground fights or the giant fights.
Yeah.
Because like it's a season where like the character interaction is the best part. What's her name? Haruka. I think that was the Yellow Ranger's name. It's been a while. When she's trying to get her driver's license and she literally breaks the neck of every driving instructor she gets.
What series was this?
Dawn Brothers.
Oh yeah, I don't. I've seen Dawn Brothers.
Or like the one episode where the Blue Ranger meets the previous Blue Ranger, and turns out he's been abusing his Blue Ranger powers to meet idols.
Dawn Brothers was a sequel to Zenkaiger, right?
Yeah, but no, I mean the previous Saru brother before the current Saru brother.
Okay, I was like, what? You're telling me that robot is a pervert?
No. Although he is kind of a bastard because there was like an episode where they recreate the final episode of Jetman when guy gets stabbed by that purse snatcher.
Mm.
But the Blue Ranger becomes the purse snatcher.
Let us leave Jetman alone. That ending.
Yeah.
But but again, thank you to everyone. I was amazed and surprised that so many people noticed me. I guess word got around because I was like, what? But,
well, the word got around. They said this kid is insane. Took up a collection just to send him to a convention. Get your panel, kid. Don't forget from whence you came, man. The world's gonna know your name. What's the name, man? Steve Vasquez.
But yeah, fun times. But dumbass me, while I was here, I had forgotten that we were doing the movie. So I decided to watch the show, all 6 episodes that we normally do. Yeah. And I'm like, well, that got thrown out the window.
Yeah, I was like I saw that IG video where yo, a kid is about to get cooked. I'm like, I don't remember this in Kamen Rider versus Shocker.
Yeah, I totally had forgotten. I was like,
so then I rewatched the movie. I'm like, yeah, he was definitely not in Kamen Rider versus Shocker. What's going on?
Yeah, I was so like, wait, what? Until today when you tagged me, I was like,
ah!
But then I was like, wait, this is the Showa era, and
yeah,
movies are normally 30 minutes long, so I just sat down with a tall adult beverage and just watched it, and I was like, because again, I'm not saying I'm old, folks, but God bless that certain strong sodas are available, especially here in Nevada.
Is it a soda that you would associate with season 2 Tommy with?
Yeah, but also, I mean, you can enjoy it with a nice glass of iced tea if you would.
Oh,
okay.
Know? Yeah. Oh, so it is a twisted soda.
Yes, it's a daddy soda.
Oh, so it's the patriotic soda.
Yeah, but yeah, because again,
Uh,
going through any type of convention, you know,
mhm.
as I've said many a times, and you can quote me on this, all right? I didn't pick the thug life, all right? Or many like
The life picked you.
yeah, or a lot of people can't handle the thug life. Clearly they can't
Mhm.
because oh boy. But yes, I did watch the movie. I did see it. So we do have a review to do.
Yay. Yeah, and the review begins with literally the opening. Oh, in a quick aside, it's like there was a bit of a dispute over when this movie takes place. Um yeah, so according to the writer wiki, it takes place between episodes 51 and 52 because Hayato hasn't left to South America yet. But the thing is, it's like, but we are still gonna do episode 52 before the movie because I'm not just gonna like break off an arc with one episode left because that's how we roll. And I just realized we got the wrong background in the background. So let's wind the clock just a little bit. There we go. And yes, so we're here to discuss Kamen Rider, the movie. That's right. Look at that poster one more time because we have both Kamen Riders on there. But here's the thing, though. That Crow dude from episode 52 shows up anyways.
Yeah.
So here's my third take. You know how like you got like the Han shot first crowd and then the Greedo shot first crowd, but then like I'm like, what if there was a third crowd? So here's me being the third crowd. The movie takes place during episode 52, meaning literally after Ryder kicking the crow, but before Hayato leaves. Literally
like
in that
pretty much the whole like this literally could take place in like an afternoon.
yeah.
Like no joke. It really can because it if you're trying to debate the canonicity of something, this movie was probably filmed at the same time they did that episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's so random. I know that Hayato doesn't do the ride his pose and everything until like 53.
Oh, Ichigo, yeah.
Yeah, but he could
He just
I
did
mean,
it in the movie though.
the preview of what is to come, obviously.
Yeah.
Because the crow is there. Every single kaijin that they have made up to the crow is there. So the other kaijins that show up later for Hongo, they're not there. Because I was actually like, I can only imagine how like a child back in 72, like this probably had to have been like Avengers or something to a child.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only do you get all the kaijin to show up, you get Dr. Death, you get like, typical Kamen Rider story, but you also get all of the kaijins.
Yeah.
And they even do
it's like reverse Avengers, like you mentioned.
Instead of a bunch of good guys, it's all the bad guys. But they even do a henshin roll call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it took a while too.
It clocked in about 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
3 minutes to get through every single kaijin, and not in numerical order, mind you. They're kind of going.
Yeah, like literally the second to last one was literally the squirrel dude. I'm like, no, not him. Anyone but him. But weirdly enough, I don't think I saw like the mushroom dude or the mold dude, because I was thinking to myself like literally in the middle of the movie, it's like why not just bring those two guys back? Because then you could just like be the two fun guys that kill the Rider.
That'd be too simple, but I could have sworn that I saw them there. But
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like look back one more time to like really like, because it's like I'm trying to remember, because it's like you'd think like those two costumes in particular would stand out more. Oh yeah, also we like not only do we get like all the monsters come back from episode 13 onward, but also like we got a couple, I cannot stress enough, a couple of the monsters from the first 13 episodes, mainly Spider-Man and Batman. Yeah.
In this movie,
Yeah.
are talking about the episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we definitely recognize Egyptus and Unicornos. That cool crab dude when they go to Hokkaido. Yeah, Spider-Man, Batman. Weirdly enough, the larva version of the of that one dude, the moth dude. Even though we see the moth version earlier.
I'm like, what? What? But okay, fine. Yeah. But
oh yeah, and yes, definitely no mold or mushroom guy.
I have to double check that.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like you'd think, you'd
believe, but yeah. So this is an actual film, an actual movie. So the story
with new footage.
Yeah, with new footage of two scientists. Apparently, they've created a formula. We don't know what it is or what it does. See, that's the thing. It's like I would imagine that they would have said something in this movie about, hey, no, they don't, because out of nowhere, Dr. Shinigami shows up and he's just like, oh, your research.
I want to use your formula to build a school on an island where kids learn to become shockermer grunts.
Yeah, like what exactly is this formula that they have invented? I mean, you would have
GX formula.
The GX formula. Now that sounds pretty important, I would assume, but we don't know. It's never said or mentioned in this film what happened, or what it does. It's just like that. Doctor apparently wants it, and I'm like,
and then when they try to escape, one of the scientists reveals that he's been drinking a little bit of that boa juice. Boa juice. Boa juice.
Yeah, because I'm like, I would imagine that they probably created like some type of health supplement or whatever, but So the doctor, whose name is Dobashi, Dr. Dobashi, tells his assistant to take his formula and run, but he winds up stepping in some foam and just starts sinking into it. Now I'm thinking,
that's boa juice.
I'm like, did we just see like him actually melt into the floor
when you're watching it for the first time? Yes,
it seems like he's melting, or like they're not showing the whole being dissolved and cutting to like pearls or some type of doll. No, it literally seems like he's dissolving, but apparently not, because yes, the doctor, not Shinigami, but the other doctor, winds up escaping, winds up leaving with the formula, and he sent it off somewhere. Where he sent it off, well, only the doctor knows. But hey, what happened to his assistant?
We don't know.
We don't know until apparently the doctor, driving his car, winds up finding him on the side of the road.
Yep. Like, that's convenient.
Yeah, just randomly, nonchalantly falls onto the floor or onto the road pavement, and it's like, I thought you died.
Yeah.
What was that about?
You.
Like, no, I've been
It's like,
running.
I escaped. I escaped.
I escaped. I'm like, you escaped the being dissolved?
Yeah, that seems not suspicious at all.
That's very not suspicious.
Mhm.
But all right. And so he puts him in his car, and it's like, oh, I got to get you help. We got to go. Yeah. Let's go. But Professor, I'm hoping that you don't have that formula with you. He's like, don't worry. I sent
I sent it to my daughter.
What? You couldn't have gone to the police to
You couldn't have been like, oh, I sent it somewhere safe.
You couldn't have. I mean, is there not a PO box or something that you could have locked it in a safe somewhere that you only know? No, I'm gonna send it, and I'm assuming myself that his daughter must be 20-ish years old. She must be a young woman that I mean, obviously the shopper's gonna find him, but maybe they won't find it. Maybe they won't. Maybe it's being hidden somewhere perfectly safe. His daughter is barely 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with you? You're telling me you sent a secret government formula that this terrorist organization of Nazis wishes to get for some reason, and you decide to send it to an 8-year-old child for safekeeping?
Yep.
Tell me, doctor, where did you go to school? Because wherever it was, it sure as hell didn't help.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't remove the stupid from you, because hell, you might as well have just driven out to the middle of nowhere, dug and put it in a box and leave it there. Shocker would never have found it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you gave it to your daughter. Cue the next scene where it is a child's birthday party.
And Goro just happens to be there.
Goro.
Yay.
Goro, how many friends do you have? You little
Far too many.
Because also it's kind of funny. I mean, I've noticed it with the whole Ichimonchi saga. Well, later on as it went on, it's kind of hilarious how Goro, another 8-9-year-old boy, maybe I'll say 10. He is aware of Shocker. He even calls them out whenever they appear. Those damn Shocker cyborgs, what do they do? Who are you, Johnny Quest? I mean, it was one thing when you didn't know, but now you're getting involved, Goro.
Yep.
A little boy is confronting Shocker grunts and agents. And even Shocker is aware of him.
Yeah, it's I swear Goro could very well become a Kamen Rider, just like Taki could very well become a Rider, but you know how this show rolls.
Well, that's the thing, because Taki actually has a shining moment coming up. But so Goro is at this party where he is friends with the daughter of Dr. Dobushi, not to be confused with Professor Dobushi from Blazar.
Mm-hmm.
Could be the same actor, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Toho had
a
horrible thing of using actors over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah. Johnny was in the convention, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, I was hanging out with Johnny. I told him that not this weekend, but another time we should sit. I told him about the channel and everything, and he's like, well, whenever you want to do an interview, just let me know.
Okay, cool.
So I'm not saying it's gonna happen or anytime soon, but I'll give him a phone call.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, back to the review.
Yeah. Seriously, like that foam. Like first time I saw it, I'm like, someone's been drinking a lot of boa juice.
Yeah. I will say, though, I forgot to mention, when the doctor told his assistant that it was sent to his daughter, we wind up finding out that his assistant was turned into a kaiju.
Kaiju we've seen before.
Another fly. Another fly man. Because that works so well.
The first time.
I mean, I know David Cronenberg's The Fly would not be a thing for years to come. We still had the Vincent Price version. But come on.
But even the Vincent Price version was better.
It was more creepy and suspenseful than it was regurgitating, depraved, and also deviant. But yeah, so the doctor gets attacked by the fly, gets kicked out of his own car because apparently shocker grunts are there as well.
Mm-hmm.
How were they all in the trunk of the car or something? Because there was a lot of shocker grunts. And here, and next thing you know, the doctor's about to get assaulted and attacked. But what winds up happening is here comes a motorcycle revving from far left. Oh, it's Hongo. No.
Actually, no, it's Ichimonji.
It was Taki first.
Yeah, and then Ichimonji.
Yeah, so Taki showed up.
Yeah, he even calls him like, "Hey, you're that FBI boy." I'm like, wow.
Here I thought it was either Ichimonji or Hongo, but it's Taki.
Mm-hmm. Why is Taki not a writer?
I don't know, because he was on screen for a good almost a full 2-3 minutes before Ichimonji showed up.
Yeah.
Like, what is the deal? Why was not Taki? Again, I know we have Sannin. It could have been Ichi. I mean, well, no, that would have been Ichigo again.
Nigo, Sango.
Sango, yeah.
And what's funny is that eventually we do end up having Kamen Rider Sango when we get to Kamen Rider Drive.
But it's not Taki.
But it ain't Taki.
I don't want it. If it ain't Taki, I don't fucking want it.
And then we get a Yongo.
I don't want it. If it ain't Taki,
I'm not Taki.
But regardless, yeah. So Taki starts kicking ass and defending the doctor, and next thing you know, Ichimonji shows up and does his little, henshin pose and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Save the doctor. Now let's go back to what we were talking about. Goro being at a child's birthday party. How many candles are on this cake?
Well, definitely fewer than Aunt Nora's from Hey Arthur, but it's lit up more than Aunt Nora's did. Like when Aunt Nora needed to blow out her, what was it, like 75 candles or so? Like they needed to get like a full flamethrower, not a lighter, a flamethrower. Like they showed a flamethrower in Hey Arthur.
Hey Arnold.
No. I mean, like Arthur, like the aardvark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I say, "Hey, what a wonderful kind of day,"
yeah,
you learn to laugh and play. Hey, Arthur! Imagine DW was like, "Hey, Arthur, move it, aardvark head." But you're an aardvark too.
I wouldn't do his eyes if DW wouldn't say that. I bet you she would.
Yeah, I mean, she did say the F word.
Yeah.
After watching the Altos.
But yeah, so again, we cut to this girl having her birthday, hugging a plush present that her father had sent her, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
The plush is definitely not going to be a key component here, I don't think. But before the little girl could blow out her candles, the cake spontaneously combusts.
And I see no dragon talismans.
And out of nowhere, here comes the Mothman
and the anteater face.
and the Anteater. Now, this is to show you how things have changed. If there was a child in today's society that was attacked by a kaijin in a Kamen Rider, Sentai, or Ultra series, they would just run away or maybe stomp on their feet to get away. Goro actually threw himself at the Mothman.
So the other kids could escape.
He's like, get out, go. Goro was the number one here. Goro
was the goat.
He was the number one here. And I was actually shocked. Because I was like, Goro? Really? Really, Goro?
I mean, he did help Kamen Senta deliver presents.
Yeah. But Goro also got his ass kicked here. He really got like a good punch in the face and blacked out. To the point that it's like, yep. Kidnap.
I know sooner or later Goro will not be in the show anymore.
Yeah.
But this would have been the best way for him to go out. Just like doing his best is to fight Shocker Grunt single-handedly, getting knocked out and being trapped in the fire because he's unconscious. Yeah. I mean, it is a grim way to kill off his character, but what a way for his character to go off. Instead, he goes off the same way Mari does, unfortunately.
Yeah, just off stage left for no reason. But yeah, our poor boy gets knocked out. And of course, the Anteater and the Moth are like, we got to get. Apparently, there's an Uber outside waiting for them. That Uber was actually not an Uber because it was a trap.
But the driver fell asleep.
Yeah. It was, and of course, who was the one that put the driver to sleep? It was
Hongo Takashi.
It was Takashi Hongo. Yeah. The man does not change his jumpsuits.
Yeah.
There's the same burgundy jumpsuit that he has in the next couple of episodes coming up.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, it's like for those of you who don't remember, like if you haven't watched episode 40 or 52 or 48, like Takashi doesn't have that silver stripe on his head that Ichimonji does. So for a really good minute,
there's also,
like you could actually say that in that new anime about what's his face wants to become Kamen Rider, he's actually wearing Ichimonji's Matsuri mask.
Well, I mean, in this movie, you can tell because, of course, Hongo transforms, and then Ichimonji shows up.
Yeah,
and of course, one is again the traditional Kamen Rider, the light blue helmet with the eyes, and then you have the other one, which is a more darker color.
Yeah. So right now they both have darker colors, but Ichimonji has like a silver stripe on his helmet and a silver mouthpiece. While Hongo, like he has like a full green helmet with a green mouthpiece.
Yeah. So there is actually a way to differentiate them besides now where if there are two Kamen Riders or the two Ichigos, they basically look uniform other than their gloves.
And those stripes.
Yeah, and the stripes. But yeah. Well, we save the little girl.
Or at least we tried to, because the Mothman reminds him, hey, do you know what soda they use at her birthday party? So he turns around and the girl is like, shh, help me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She literally gets sunk into that foam pit. And there's a reason why, because it's not just a foam pit, it is being made by somebody, and that is the villain of this movie, which is
A salamander of some kind.
they said a frog. But again, yeah, a salamander does make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's another amphibian kaijin for some reason.
Being true to the mythology of salamanders, it has a flamethrower in its mouth.
Yeah. So they wind up not saving the little girl. They wind up, the little girl gets captured.
Yeah, so naturally the scientist feels like he has to turn himself in. But it's like, what is the GX formula? Well, it's something I cannot tell you about. But I'm willing to turn myself in. And yes, and just for the fun of it, because we see a certain character, I want to make sure that we see whether or not we see a certain other character. I'm not seeing their name on here, even though they should totally be there. Let's see. Yep, Mika is surprisingly in this episode, in this movie.
Very sparingly.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because we definitely see Emmy, and I'm like, oh no, Emmy's in this movie.
Yeah, very sparingly, because you do notice that when well, they go find Goro, they find him knocked out, poor little guy. But Goro winds up telling both Tachibana Sensei and the girls that the daughter was captured. That he tried to save her, but apparently she got caught. And lo and behold, here comes Ichimonji and Hongo, just like nothing, through the door.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of get that whole thing, like, yeah, she was kidnapped. You guys gotta help her. You gotta save her. Like that. And I was like, all right. But where did they go? Plot. Shocker decided to call them long distance.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to? You have a call from. This is Shocker. Last name. We have the little girl. You better trade in the scientist in order to get her back. Do you accept the charges? Hell no. We have to exchange the scientists in order to save the little girl. Ring, ring. Hello. You got a collect call from. This is Shocker. Last name. Meet us in the quarry at 3:00. We'll never see the little girl again. Do you accept those charges? Hell no. We have to go to the quarry in order to exchange them, or else we'll never see the little girl again.
Yeah. The thing is that, well, Shocker winds up calling them collect.
Mm-hmm.
And they constantly refuse it. And of course, I'm like, so yeah, of course Shocker has them on their speed dial, on their notaries, just like click, call Tachibana.
It's like, how many times has Shocker infiltrated a Tachibana race club? How many times has the Tachibana race club infiltrated the Shocker headquarters?
Yeah.
It's like at this point, like, are we really infiltrating each other, or are we just going over to each other's place for Sunday brunch?
Yeah, because at this point it's ridiculous, because even so, you have their number.
Yeah, it's like
their number.
Okay. I feel like the Netflix version of Theories of Unfortunate Events took a lot of cues from this show, because it's like, oh yeah, it's convenient that like all the good guys and all the bad guys have secret tunnels going to each other's houses very casually. But you know what they say? Secret tunnel, secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
Yeah. All I gotta say is that bring the scientists and we'll give you the little girl. How the hell does that work? Really? How does that work? The doctor wants to save his daughter, but he's going to turn himself in, and then the little girl is just going to go, oh, yeah, that's totally smart. That's totally smart. Because even so, no, this does happen. We got to go to the quarry. you know that quarry that we've been to like a million times? And well, yeah, Dr. Death and everyone else show up and they say we're gonna switch. It's literally an old Texas switcheroo.
Mhm.
Because instead of keeping to the word, which again, shocker, pun intended, you really thought that they were going to like commit in giving you the child in exchange for the scientist.
Yeah.
No. 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 But there's a but. Apparently, well, Ichimonji has the most forced laugh in this scene. It looks strange. We find out that it was I'm sorry. They wind up switching the two, the doctor for his daughter, only for Dr. Death to tell us that we are in a trap. And I'm like, well, yeah, we're in a freaking quarry. How else are we supposed to get out of here? You blocked off our only way. No, there are more. Cue the mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because every single kaijin from 52 all the way down up here, and they do them. It's morphin time, and then do a roll call, which lasts about 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's crazy seeing like all them, and I mean, well, not all, but most of the monsters. Ironically, two of the most powerful monsters are not there. But hey, Centropedrus, Turtle Stone, Armadillon, Slugzilla, Atrilla Bronzo, Egyptus, Goat Star, Unicornos, Crabular, Wolfman. Wait. Hold up. Pause.
The Snowman.
You brought back Colonel Soul? Is that what I'm supposed to understand? You brought back Colonel Soul and not as a major villain.
Yeah.
Oh, well, moving right along. Endless Thunder, Spider-Man, Toadiller, Poison Mothstar, Geckodris, Ray King, Snowman, Scorpion Man, Anemone, Batman, Wolfsbane, Gecko Condor, Chameleon, Antimedes, Flying Squirrel. Damn you! The squirrel's back!
Yeah, the squirrel is back.
Yeah, and there was like one more guy after the squirrel, but damn it, the squirrel's back! The most sinister of all the shocker villains.
Yeah, no, that was one hell of a roll call. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You had to go, and this was, I mean, I'm pretty sure of it. This was the first Kamen Rider. I'm surprised they kept the costumes for that long.
Yeah.
I really am, because normally, well, they never took care of them as much as they did, obviously, but they had, maybe that's what happened.
Well, the shelf life of the rubber costumes is 7 years.
No, but I mean, like, maybe they lost a couple, because again, I know that they just threw them in a warehouse, and well, be as it may, I mean.
So like that footage of Doctor Who episodes.
Yeah.
It's funny how much Doctor Who and Kamen Rider have in common.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is that, yeah, you do the whole like switch and bait. It's not Dr. Dobushi that you have there. It's actually Takashi Hongo pretending or in camouflage to make himself look like the professor, only to, like, at that point, like, instead, I don't get it. Instead of having the grunts and the kaijin attack, because there's more than enough to take on two riders, you tell them to fall back.
Yeah. They basically take Dr. Shinigami hostage, which, consider what happened in an earlier episode. Not
Yeah.
episode 52. I mean, an earlier episode. It's like
Yeah. I
you'd
know.
think like he'll use that concussive blast that he used on Taki. Forget the whole teleporting thing with the scythe in episode 52. I mean, that concussive thing he did to Taki in a much earlier episode.
No, I know. But the fact remains is that, yeah, they do nothing. They do nothing.
And there was a bit where two of the flying monsters attack, and it's like they almost killed Dr. Shinigami.
Yeah, blowing him up. I know. Well, here's the thing, though. There are 2 Kamen Riders and 1 little girl. You cannot stick 50 some odd kaijin on the riders.
23, but who's counting?
You can't do it. There's no way. There's no way possible. No, go back, fall back. Okay. I'm guessing that they're just like, nope, we got our asses kicked one time. We don't need to do that again. But yeah, a couple of the flying ones become smartasses and then just dive bomb and almost kill Dr. Shinigami.
Please do.
I believe it was the pterodactyl and the crow that did it.
Yeah, it was definitely a crow. The other one was not a condor.
No, it was the pterodactyl.
Because the condor one looked like an armadillo. We already established that.
Yeah,
I forgot what the other one was, but it's based on a fossil.
Yeah.
That's all we remember. It's based on a fossil.
But yeah, now you can cue what everyone demands of a Kamen Rider show.
No.
They don't transform yet. They're still fighting in civilian mode.
Yep.
They're still fighting for about a good minute. Both Hongo and Ichimonji are fighting Kaijin. No rider suits, no rider armor. It's just them. But apparently also Tachibana Sensei shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you gonna put her on the bike and take her away, Tachibana Sensei, or are y'all just gonna sit there and watch the show?
Sit there and watch the show, of course. My boys got it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You cool? We cool? But yeah, a couple of kaijin get their asses kicked. The Pro, the Fossil. Who else was there?
Hammer kick.
Yeah, they all get their asses kicked, and
yeah, they just tumble down the mountain.
Yeah, go figure.
They ride off on their motorcycles with the little girl, but then they get ambushed by 2 other kaijin. Yeah. And now we have the mushroom dude.
Yeah, where the hell were you during the roll call?
Yeah. Hey, mushroom dude, what would have been more useful? If you were at the birthday party instead of the moth dude, because moth to a flame and whatnot. But I get it. Like, you're hanging out with Wolfsbane and that one flower dude, so it's like you're trying to do like a plant thing because the Japanese for some reason don't know the difference between a plant and a fungus, but yeah, you want the plant bros together.
Yeah, for some reason.
Actually, you know what would have been interesting? If there was an O's combo that was plant-based.
And maybe for a future Kamen Rider.
Yeah. 80 years in the future.
There is a scene in this movie which is kind of interesting. It's a bike battle between Kamen Rider and all the Shocker grunts.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
No,
you see it once in a while in the show, but not very often.
You never see the grunts with motorcycles. That one.
Well, you see them a couple times, like when you got 3 characters being dragged by a snowmobile. That counts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, by the way, where we saved your daughter. That's good, but where's the GX formula? it's in the. Oh, it's like, wait, whoa, hold on. How do you know these two writers are not imposters? How do you know Tachibana's not an imposter?
No, I know. Because yeah, it's like, where did you hide the formula? I put it in the teddy bear word that I gave to my daughter for her birthday. And I'm like, there it is.
There it is. And the next thing we see is
Yeah, because apparently she has salamanders.
yeah.
Poor
Yeah.
girl. Again, why in the plush bear of all things?
Yeah, why not hide inside a gunpla? It's much more well hidden that way.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently the salamander gets nerfed by the Kamen Rider.
Mhm.
Well, one of them anyway. He doesn't get his hands on the bear. He kind of just lets it go for some dumb reason.
And then he just catches it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
It's not like Ichimoji threw it to Takashi and then the salamander dude just intercepted it. No, he just threw it and then the salamander casually catches it.
Yeah, go figure. Because a battle ensues outside of this this home, which is next to an apartment complex. Is no one noticing that there's LARPing going on in their neighborhood? None?
Apparently, only Hawkeye knows.
Bah, whatever. Then this is obviously the highlight of the show because, well, this is the first time I believe, or technically, that we see both Ichigo and Nigo fight together. Like, actually fight together, you know?
Yeah, it's like you see the two of them in the same episode,
But it's always
fighting separately.
Always one that just does it.
Yeah, like you don't see that until they fight the crow at the end of episode 52. And I'm guessing this movie was filmed before they filmed that episode, especially because Mika being there in the episode.
Yeah.
No Mari though.
No Mari. But what could be said about this salamander that would make you think he's competent?
He's got a flamethrower in his mouth.
I guess, but at the same time, okay, I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, well, at least they're doing a combo attack, punching him, and yes, this movie is where Evangelion gets its choreography from.
Yeah, literally, look it up, and I think someone on YouTube has done it, showing it side by side or actually in sync of them doing the double rider kick.
Yep. But you know what I really love? Watching Mario for the first time and then Mario and Luigi do the double rider kick.
Yeah, not knowing what it was because that's what we established, I think, a week or two ago.
Yeah, and then some jerk says, "Oh, look at Mario! They did an Evangelion reference." No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Someone this week had the goal to accuse that so and so wants to be a Kamen Rider anime for being One Punch Man ripoff. I'm like, excuse me? If anything, it's a Samurai Flamenco ripoff. If anything, it's Samurai Flamenco ripoff.
Yeah.
Because at least Samurai Flamenco, it's like you have a normal person, complete civilian, who likes Kamen Rider. And I do mean like the Taki of that anime even name drops Kamen Rider.
Yeah, no, we know.
Yeah. Man, that show was fun. Until the last 3 episodes.
But here's the whole thing. They battled the salamander. And that only took not even a full minute.
And then they double kick him.
off of a gorge. He tumbles. He explodes.
They
And
high
you-
five, and
you would-
then
You would think
and
there's
then roll credits.
Yeah, you would think that there was something after the. Oh my God! The two Kamen Riders are shaking a hand with Mount Fuji as their background. No, there is nothing after the credits. Absolutely nothing. It's pretty
It's
much
not even like a falling action involving the little girl and her dad. It's like, oh, I will like not even like, oh, sweetie, I will no longer be a workaholic. I will spend more time with you, and more importantly, I will not make complicated formulas of unknown domains in science that evil terrorist organizations are going to get their hands on for reasons that we will never know.
Mhm. Because
You know,
double,
like, this is
double kick, and that's it. Roll credit.
the GX formula. Like, which domain of science does it even belong to? Is it like
What is the formula?
is it an earth science formula? Like, oh, let's make some kind of like earthquake happen. Is it a life science formula? Like, oh, we're gonna either create some kind of new species of animal that'll be severely destructive, or create some kind of bioweapon or something. Or is it like a physical science thing where it's like either like, oh, a volatile chemical, a weapon of mass destruction? Like what is this? Like, what is the formula? Like, at least tell us which of the three domains of science it is, so we can at least speculate. You know, let's cut out 67% of the guesswork by like at least telling us which domain it belongs to.
Yeah.
Nope.
But they don't do that.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's a formula for building a school on an island to teach kids how to become cyborgs. Chilling out with the crew in the schoolyard, fighting trouble never we could do hard. Back in class, they taught us this. Sometimes you gotta do a rider kick. Rider jump, rider kick. We gotta ride a plane together. Right now, let's go, Kamen Rider GX.
Everyone to little Goro know who the Kamen Rider is. Is it really shocking that so-and-so is a Kamen Rider or a Kamen Rider fan? I don't think so. But regardless, fun. Anyway, that's it.
Yep, that's the whole episode.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. Go home.
There's nothing. It's just a montage of them driving their motorcycles, not what the formula is, what it does, what use Shocker would have had for it, not even showing like, hey, what happened to the scientist and the little girl then? Oh, they lived happily ever after off screen. We didn't have enough money in the budget to go past 30 minutes. Okay.
No, we exhausted the budget just getting like all of those monsters.
You know how much it costs?
See them defeating all of them either.
Yeah. You know how hard it is to get those things out of storage? It's a pain in the ass. But yes, that's it. That's all. No more, no less. The Kamen Riders ride off to a montage of themselves. Yeah.
I'd say some of the biggest faults with this movie is the fact that it's just a typical episode of Kamen Rider that's been extended by 5 to 7 minutes, and while it's like there's a lot of plot holes. Like, what was the GX formula even for? Why, like, what happened to all these monsters that we don't see defeated on screen? What happened to Goro? And there's no falling action after they defeat the monster.
No.
So the plus side is, yeah, we do see all the most of the monsters come back. Not all of them.
But not all.
Yeah. So yeah, but like we get 23 in one scene alone, plus a few more like in earlier scenes. So respect to that, and we do see the two riders fighting in the same shot, which we rarely get to see, and Ichigo finally does his henshin. But you could tell it's 80 yard because like you don't see his mouth move when he says henshin.
He's been doing that for a couple episodes now. I don't even think he can say it. That's why they had to dub him in pre post. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's not much to this movie.
No.
It could have been like a sequel. It could have been a standalone show, maybe. But you just had to go and make it into an anime. I'm not saying that you couldn't do it or make it happen. It's just the fact, well, you took some creative liberties at this point because there was no media, no nothing to follow. But now since there is, would you change it? And I bet you they would say no. Because this is a way of life. I do not fake being a poser. I am 100% true. Yeah, right, Karen. I saw you shopping at the
Hot Topic.
No, not the Hot Topic. What no, not even Forever 21. What's that one very popular for women that's like very outgoing and very flashy, very trendy, very like now? What is that?
Macy's?
I don't remember, but
Macy's is a safe answer. Bloomingdale's?
maybe.
Robinson May used to be a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, no. That's it. And if I were to give it a score, I would say the score is probably a 5. Because, or no, you know what? I'll give it a 4. You want to know why? Because you never explained to us what the formula was.
Yeah.
You never explained to us why Shocker wanted it. You just said Shocker wanted it. So what exactly was it going to do? I'm pretty sure, it would have cured Dr. Shinigami from male pattern baldness. Does that comb over?
Maybe it's a cure to alopecia. Too soon?
No, it's not too soon. Yeah. So if I were to give it a rank, I would say probably a 4. This could have been an extra, like, get out of school sick type of situation, you know? Like,
yeah, I would have given it a 5, but I would raise it to a 6 solely because you do have all those monsters showing up. Plus, you do have all of that in the episode. So,
but yeah, that's. I mean, I would say a 5 just for its sheer entertainment value, because man, there is no closure, no nothing in this movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
Very disappointing. Anyway, what do the people have to say?
Yeah, let's go right into it. Let's see. We got a decent number of comments. Let's see. In the words of Jerry Springer, Steve.
Next thing you know, there's a chair that's going to be flying overhead.
I bet the chair doesn't even have to hit anyone. Someone just has to throw it.
Yeah, didn't you see that episode of the Boondocks? Oh my god!
That's what I was quoting.
Oh my god, it's a chair, and it lands, it hits nobody, and then you hear some random black dude just say, "I'm mad," and then just start fighting. I'm like, yeah.
The chair doesn't have to hit anyone. Someone just has to throw it. Okay, Nemesis Rider says, "Happy birthday, Kabuto. Thank you so much."
That's right.
Hope you had fun at the convention.
I did. Thank you.
Awesome. Hope to see you guys at Robotoy. I'm guessing Robotoy Fest. Yeah, I hope to see you too, Nemesis Rider.
We'll see what goes on.
Yeah. What I do know is the cast of VR Troopers are coming back. So Yeah, I'm gonna need to find me a copy of Season 1, Volume 1. I do have Season 1, Volume 2. And thankfully, it's a better half because, like, you got Blackheart. But, you kind of want to have the full seasons. It could have all 3 actors. I'm surprised Sarah Joy Brown changed her mind and decided to come to the convention anyways. But, hey, better late than never. It took us, what?
She had her reasons because remember, Ranger Stop, they announced that Mystic Force is showing up, and I'm like, wait. Well, yeah, no, that's fine. Even Blue.
Yeah, Melanie Vallejo. Like she hasn't been to Morphicon since literally the first Morphicon.
Yeah, I'm like, what? She finally gave in?
I think Melanie was supposed to come last year but canceled.
Yeah, she was supposed to show up.
Or was it Nick Sampson that was supposed to show up?
It was her because all of them had shown up, but she canceled at the last minute.
Yeah,
which pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, well, she has her reasons.
Yeah, I'm sad that Michelle Langston won't be coming back to future conventions because it's like, damn, if I knew that this would be her only appearance, I would have at least have her like autograph my Jungle Fury DVD. And I know what you're thinking, but would it be better to do SPD because she's there more prominently? Yeah, but you know what's better than having 2 masters sign your DVD? Having 3 masters sign your DVD. Oh well, maybe when Vengeance finally shows up.
It's still the same person, honestly. I want to. Well, maybe I think I remember hearing her why she did only 1 appearance, but still, I'm like, well, we'll see. I don't know what the situation is, but just one time only. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the thing about being a fan of something is you gotta leave them wanting more.
Yeah,
and true. We want more.
Yeah.
This gathering of Shocker soldiers is more epic than the Avengers Endgame, except they're the bad guys. Dang it.
You know what? This was honestly better than Avengers Endgame because it made sense that, this happened and then it didn't happen. Whereas Avengers, the whole Endgame thing made really no sense.
Yeah, and look, at least here, every Shocker soldier got like 2 seconds of focus, while in the Endgame, everyone just shows up randomly.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Okay.
Yeah. No B woman though. Yeah.
No, the ladies did not join in this beatdown now.
Yeah, like seriously, like I think she had something going, like the mind control glasses thing. Like, I see no reason not to revisit that plan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. MCU Jabra fan says, hello, sir. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
For real, that boa juice is really freaky. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. If you've ever watched Phantom Flying Ghost Ship, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the first time you see, like, the on-screen victims of boa juice, classic Ishinomori to turn people into foam. Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's like, how do you know that Phantom Flying Ghost Ship was made by Ishinomori because what happened to the evil prime minister of Japan in that anime, so too happened to Dr. Midori Kawa.
Right.
Except it was a giant crab instead of an anthropomorphic spider. But still, it's creepy. Mother. Well, that's it for the comments, guys. We hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon. Stay notified for our latest videos. We do Ultraman Classic on Mondays, Kamen Rider Gav on Wednesdays, #1 Sentai Go Jujer on Thursdays, and Classic Kamen Rider on Sundays. Yes, we finished our second arc. We finished our first movie, which means we're now moving on to our third arc. We're focusing on Takashi Hongo. We got 40 6 episodes and 2 movies left to go through.
Yep,
Yeah.
will do.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not in control of this. But who knows? To our fans, maybe once we're done, we will move on to X-Aid or something else, depending on what the wheel lands on. But hey, look at the bright side. We got, by the end of June, maybe halfway into July, we will have finished the longest season of Kamen Rider ever. And we won't have to deal with the second longest until after we do V3 and Amazon and Stronger.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine if the next season when we land on actually is in fact V3 and Amazon. It's like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's like the randomized algorithm of the roulette just wants us to go through the entire Magnificent Seven in one go. Yeah. But at least Amazon is the shortest season of all. So yeah. Man, imagine if this entire year it's just nothing but the 5 Magnificent Seven seasons. Not gonna be happy about the idea, but it's something that very well could happen. But you guys see the roulette with us. We're not manipulating anything. But yeah, so there's that. Also, check out our recent interview, recently uploaded interview with Jeff Dolan, aka Korag, and the park worker at the X Games, and that one janitor from Beast Morphers. And if you're wondering why it took us a while to upload that interview, well, there's a simple explanation for that. Anywho, also check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we are releasing shorts for the new Gundam series, GQX. And of course, if you want to follow our personal content, where can the people find you?
You know where? Just always on IG. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much for all your support this weekend.
Nice. And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kawato and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKawato, where we are streaming some but not all of our live podcast episodes. And once more, to all of our fans, thank you so much for sticking around, for watching us, listening to us while you do your homework, and saying hi to us at conventions and whatnot. And if we forget your names, we greatly apologize, but we are shouting you out in spirit out loud. So keep fighting the good fight. Ride on, you rider spirits. May the power protect you and whatnot. And Ultra on, I don't have like a catchphrase for Ultraman. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I wish there was one, but there isn't. But we'll see you guys again real soon. Come back, and we love you. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.